All right, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back. May the Most High bless you. I pray all has been well with y'all. I know some of y'all been kind of wondering where I've been at for the last 3 or 4 days, but like I said in the other video, when a godly man is silent, when I'm listening, and what I want to do in this video is have a real talk video about something that a lot of us deal with, that a lot of churches, quote unquote, don't like to talk about. As you can see, my title says, "Can demons have sex with us?" Can demons have sex with us? Now, earlier this year, I did a video called "You Are Married to a Familiar Spirit." And the thing is, my brothers and sisters, demons have a lot of different ways to get at people. But you hear me oftentimes say that Satan's team is on one accord. They're not divided up. They're working together stronger than ever before. And when I start talking about demons, a lot of people say they're not real. You know, they don't exist. Where you get that from? Well, from studying the Bible and in our own lives, we can see that demons are real. So I want to talk about these sexual demons. So many in the church are fighting with this, but the problem is we got so many preachers, not all, that only want to talk about prosperity, how to get rich, you know. And so many people are so messed up on the inside. So when it comes to these topics right here, they want to skip over them. See, like every time I talk about sex on this page, so many people act like sex don't really exist. I'm talking to them religious folks now, when in reality, who is not fighting with their body? And a sexual sin is a hard sin to fight off. Bible shows you that. So I talked about the fallen angels before, how many times on here, or the book of Enoch will call them the watchers. So in this video, to the real folks, let's keep it real and deal with this topic. This is not an easy topic to talk about. And when I do this video, as I'm even thinking about my own life, I look at what I fight with a lot of times, and how these demons, they always come at you. Now what I'm talking about, these sexual demons love to come at you and when you sleep at night. So, to the ones that's not ashamed to talk about sex, masturbating, you know, looking at porn, and all these sexual topics that the church like to skip over, just walk with me for a moment. Some people won't agree with this video, mostly religious people, but then the spiritual ones, amen, y'all know what I'm talking about. If you got a pastor that's going over this kind of stuff at your church, hats off to your pastor. Now, what I'm talking about here is incubus and succubus, these sexual spirits. Incubus and succubus. I know some of y'all have studied on this, and we don't want to admit this a lot of times, what we was really fighting with or still might be fighting with. These spirits are having a way because a lot of us are not recognizing the works of Satan. So let's deal with this, because we already talked about the familiar spirits, and we talked about the fallen angels, you know, the watchers, if you want to call them that. But if you ever wonder, my brothers and sisters, especially men, why you say to yourself, I'm not going to jack off tonight, I'm not going to masturbate tonight, I'm not going to look at porn no more, I really mean it, I'm done with it, in that same night or a few hours later, you looking at it, you lusting in your mind, you trying your best to really quit, and you really mean it, but at the same time, at the end of the night, you find yourself back playing with yourself, touching on yourself, and these dreams seem so real. You can say amen. And you wind up saying, Lord, forgive me again. Lord, forgive me again. Forgive me again, Lord. I can't fight this thing. Because who don't love an orgasm? I don't know. I haven't met nobody yet that don't love an orgasm. And being in love with that feeling that you get, that pleasure, all that touching, let's keep it real, the sucking, the licking, the sticking, the oral sex, whatever you want to call it. But do you see what comes behind that? Do you see it? The spirit that's inside of you once all of that takes place, and you wonder why this person acting like this person acting like that. Incubus and succubus are some sexual spirits. If you're not careful, they will wear you out until you are dead. Let's talk about it, y'all. I know what I'm talking about. I done dealt with these spirits. I had to fight them. I can't fight them. The Holy Spirit had to fight them. The thing is, y'all, I'm going to put it to you like this. As y'all know, if I'm going to talk about anybody, I'm going to talk about myself. Just the other day, y'all, I seen this woman I haven't seen in years. Probably about 9 or 10 years. And we used to date. And we used to have sex with each other. And just by me looking at her for that moment that I saw her, spoke, hugged, and went on about my business, that following night, lust in my mind. That following night, dream in my mind. That following night, I was so messed up in my mind from the sexual thoughts, masturbating, and all of that. I'm talking about what's real. How I had to repent, because just by looking at that familiar spirit, and that same night, when you go to sleep, these demons love to attack you in your sleep. I'm talking about what's real, y'all. And I found myself waking up like, wow, I really just had sex. I saw the face, I saw everything I loved and wanted to happen in my dream. But see, when you think that these demons are not real, these old sexual demons, oh yeah, they get at you. And once I woke up, this is another reason I ain't been on camera for 3 or 4 days. I had to battle with this thing, and I'm like, this is real. See, I don't walk around all, I'm sanctified 24/7. I don't have wicked thoughts. I don't have lust in my mind. I don't see these beautiful women. I don't fight with this stuff, because believe it or not, JT fights with it every day. The devil don't let up on me because I'm a child of the King. As a matter of fact, he come at me even more. So I have to stay on my game. But for that time now, I slipped, my brothers and sisters. The lusting in my mind. I felt like I was having sex. Just like that. Now, this thing about these incubus and succubus. Some of y'all, like I said, y'all know what I'm talking about. People joined, I know we was going to talk about this, I guess about a year or two back, about these demons that can mess with you in your sleep. This is what I'm talking about. Incubus and succubus are very strong demonic spirits, sexual spirits, who will get you in your sleep. Now let's look at the first thing. Let's look at what is a succubus. It's a demon that takes the form of a woman in order to have intercourse with us men in our dreams. That's what we're dealing with. The name comes from the old Latin and means to lie under. So this is what we're fighting with, brothers. When you think you are not, oh yeah. And then there's incubus, which is the male counterpart of the succubus, is the incubus, from the Latin incubo for nightmare. Or you might want to pronounce it incubo. But this is the incubus. The incubus was supposed to be a male demon who would lie with the women, you know, human women, in order to have sex with them. So for us, we fight with the succubus. It's amazing to me why that word got the word suck in there. Think about most men, what they love, to be sucked, all sex, head, whatever you want to call it. And when you think about that alone, how many men don't like all sex? You see what I'm saying? Why do you think homosexuality, people that's being molested, all these sexual things take over people so much? These demons are no joke, y'all. No joke. So ladies, when you be sitting up playing with yourself, touching on yourself, and you wondering what's going on with me, you got incubus messing with you. You go ahead and say, man. When you think about this, your mind becomes messed up. And ladies, you might have thought of that favorite man that you love, that you see is so handsome to you, and all that stuff that you would love to lay down with, and you wondering why. Man, what's going on with me? What you really fighting with? That's why Leviticus warns us not to worship demons. Because sex right now, man, it been from the longest. Sex is one of the most things that's been going on for we don't know how long. This thing is real, y'all. Some of y'all looking at me like, JT, you crazy. No, I'm talking to some real folks now. It's time to separate the real from the fake in this video for sure. Because real folk in the spirit know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all saying, dang, that just happened to me last night, brother. The Bible tells us to stay away from Satan's devices because he done planted a lot of them, y'all. Pornography is one of the main ones. Because think about this. Look at what porn does to your mind, and then look what you do behind it. And then look at how much money they have made off the porn industry and still making. Your mind becomes messed up. You start lusting, you start touching, and then next thing you know, you start having sex with somebody. Nowadays, people meet each other online and have sex on the first night, don't even know each other. Stay with me in this video if you can, because it needs to be said. These demons are spirits of sexual perversion. See, when you know what happened in the beginning, then you understand what I'm talking about. Because it's hard to understand the ending when you don't know what happened in the beginning. Remember what the fallen angels did, and remember what our Savior said. It was going to be just like the days of Noah before he returned. That's what went on. Those fallen angels, or the watchers if you want to call them, look at what they did to the human women. These demons know how to impregnate. And they know how to, we can look at that with back then in Genesis as how they got the women pregnant and they came up with giants. But they also want to impregnate us with spiritual perversion, to get our mind totally off of our Father, y'all. We know what time it is. This is why sleeping around is very dangerous. Very dangerous. I tell people all the time with this hoeing around, it's a dangerous game to do. Not because of just diseases you can catch, AIDS and syphilis and gonorrhea and all this stuff, but the spiritual side of it, those demonic spirits. When you have sex and those spirits transfer, you become messed up. Yes, the releasing feel good. Oh yeah, I nutted, I calmed on her. Let's keep it real in this video. It feels good, but look at what comes behind that. After that moment of pleasure. Some folk done lost their life behind this. And then you wonder why there's so much violence, rape, you name it. Men, we better keep our penis in our pants. And ladies, you better keep them legs closed. Incubus and Succubus is no joke. Some of y'all, once again, saying, I just got through dealing with this. The other night, I was sitting up, we got all these sex toys out there, the masturbation toys, the whatever toys, and you find yourself being addicted to that. Because some people don't have a drunk problem or a getting high problem. They have a sexual addiction. They love what's done to their body. And it's hard to fight that sin. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know. I pray for all of us, married or not married. It's a fight. That's real. Fellas, you ever wonder how that woman who is enjoying that sex, that foreplay, how she can completely just give all of herself to a man that's not even her husband? Because she now has allowed that man to plant anything inside of her. Well, I hope somebody can feel me in this. Some of us men, we the same way. We wondering how we can give our whole entire body, our mind, everything over to this woman because of what she has done. But is it her or the spirit inside of her? Now you saying, oh man, I've been doing some stuff I never said I wasn't gonna never go down on a woman. Now you going down and doing everything that you said you was never gonna do because those spirits, those demonic sexual spirits have jumped inside of you. Now you trying to figure out why you acting like that. It's a big reason why the Most High told us, don't sleep around. Because it's deeper than what most of us think. These spirits are real and they are in most people. When a little girl is molested, that messes up her mind. When a young man is raped, that messes up his mind. These demons will drain you spiritually. Think about after you done had all the sex, all the flipping and licking and sticking and sucking and all you can do, you are drained. Look at what it do to you. Well, these demons drain your spirit also. Look at how your spirit becomes very down and poor and weak. You feel like you ain't even nowhere close to the Most High because your mind is messed up from all the sex, the foreplay. The Most High is the last thing on your mind. I done went through this more than once. And I'm going to say, my brothers and sisters, if we don't keep our mind on the Savior, our hearts ain't right, stand in His word, putting on that full armor, we ain't going to make it. Some of us don't want to hear this. And I'm talking to most Christians who are looking at porn, who are jacking off, who are whatever you want to call it, masturbating, who are sleeping around, holding around. It ain't just in the world. It's in the church too. These demons got a way of making you feel good. But then at the same time, after it's said and done with, them demons will make you miserable and messed up, depressed, crazy, you name it, demonic. This is an addiction once again. That's how you become a sex addict. See, for me, I don't have a drug addiction. I don't have money. Money is not what I'm craving. Alcohol is not what I'm craving. But sex, everybody knows when I talk about that on here, that is my struggle. Not scared to talk about this. That's why I fight not to have sex. I practice abstinence. I ain't had none now since Noah built the ark. But I had some in my sleep the other night. See, this going over most folks' head because church don't want to talk about this. Well, church act like men ain't jacking off. The church act like women ain't playing with themselves. And in reality, mostly everybody in the church is going home doing something. Truth be told, look at all the people that go to church that shack up the night before they go to church. Been shacking up and still go up and are in leadership position. In the choir stand, in the pulpit, on the usher board. I can go on and on. Let's tell the truth. Who is not battling with sexual sin? Really? This is where nightmares come from. Because these demons, once again, love to attack at night. They do. Because why? Because nightmares, think about it, makes you fear. And the main thing that's promoted nowadays is fear. Fear draws attention. Because the devil knows faith and fear don't mix. Fear will mess up your faith. When you masturbate, when you look at pornography, it brings some type of fantasy in your mind. Fellas, how many times have we thought of some type of woman when we was looking at porn or wishing we was the one in the video? And some of us going to say amen because we done made some videos, but we just didn't put them out for the world to see. But you start looking and be like, man, that lucky fool. I wish that was me with them two women. I wish I could get somebody later on tonight to do me like that. That your mind, it's a fantasy that can come true because you got free will. It's a false comfort. And that's why those spirits don't want you to be married. They don't want you to be under the covenant of the Most High. They want you to stay with them. Why you think in the Bible when Yahshua cast them demons out that man, them demons, they looked at that as torment because they was out of the man's body. They was cast into the pigs. But long as they was in the body, that was what they loved. They loved to torment us, y'all. Why you think fornication is what most people are doing, married or not? Single, shacking up, teenagers. This is why these things need to be taught. For me, I started experiencing masturbation at age 15, my brothers and sisters. And it messed me up for a long time. Because that feeling that I felt was like a crackhead when they hit crack for the first time. They hooked. We fight with these things. And we act like they don't exist. But if I knew, like I said, I started at 15, but if I knew what I knew now, if I would have had somebody in the church that really wasn't talking about being all this fake religious stuff, they didn't teach us about these demons of the night, I would have been better off than I am. But now that I'm older, I see what time it is. So you can't fight something that you don't know nothing about. When you will be beating yourself up trying to figure out what's going on. But if you are taught these things, these demons, these sexual demons, Incubus and Succubus are real. They coming after some folks tonight. I'm okay during the day. My biggest fight is at night. Why? Because the mind is, I'm trying to go to sleep. I'm resting. So what better way to attack somebody is to attack them in their sleep. They didn't teach us about this growing up. So I'm here to say this, all of us, because it's even grown folks who don't know what I'm talking about in this video. Remember, again, the battle is not against flesh and blood. Let me tell you something. This is why masturbating is so dangerous. All this looking at porn, this stuff is very dangerous, because what we are doing, we are allowing those spirits to do what they do best. When you masturbate, you sin against your own body. I think about every time I done masturbated, I done sinned against my body. This is supposed to be my temple, holy and acceptable. And let me tell you something else about this masturbating that these demons know that they're doing, because you can become a slave to sin through masturbating. That's why they come at you so hard at night. Because you're tired. You're trying to get some rest. So they come at you at that time, once again, to mess up your mind. When you look at, once again, when a child has been molested, I got to take it to this too. Being molested attacks spirits of perversion to the victim. That's why so many young men have been turned out because of what happened to them at an early age. A man molested them. Or even you got women who have slept with a young man at an early age, a school teacher or something. We see on the news all the time. They done messed that young man mind up, so now he grows up, only thing on his mind is sex. He become a sex addict because of what happened. The pleasure that he felt at a young age. That's why they make you feel like you are the victim. And they plant it in your mind, so when you are molested, when you are raped, you walk around with that for years. You don't want to forgive. You'll keep saying, I'm the victim. But you really need to look at it and start saying, you are the victory. They mess up your mindset with that victim stuff. Now, once again, these spirits will wear you out. And they will keep messing with you until you are dead. I'm just being real, y'all. A lot of us love pleasure. Think about when these demonic spirits hit. It's dangerous. But think about how you feel. You're getting all that done to your body. Even some who love anal sex. Each to their own, what you do in your bedroom. But you feel good, don't you? Because if it didn't feel good, you wouldn't do it. You releasing, you having that moment, ain't nothing else on your mind. These demons, they sneak in like that. They sneak in, and they sit in, and they play in. They sneak in, they sit in, and they play in. I don't even know where that came from. Amen, Father. I know where it came from. This is too raw for church. Because every time I talk about porn on her, once again, licking and sticking and masturbating, anal sex, oral sex, whatever. A lot of people, ooh, I don't want to hear all that. And you probably dealing with it. Our children need to know the truth. Our Father designed sex the right way. We the ones that done it the wrong way. And some of us don't even want to teach it the right way. And that's sad. Y'all, if they don't want to teach this at church, once again, we can talk about it on here. Or if I see you in person, don't ever be scared to ask me. I don't care what the question is. Because we need to be telling the truth and helping each other. Because once again, our Father designed this the right way. But if you married and living under that covenant, the way the Most High said, may the Most High bless you. Keep doing it right. But if you're not married, and you're whoring around, shacking up, you're doing it wrong. I don't care who get mad. Truth hurt. I ain't talking about your shacking up. I done put this together, so-called covenant. I'm talking about the covenant, the marriage that was designed by the Most High who put you together. So you can be blessed. These sexual demons, they specialize in sex. That's their specialty. Look at how many men, look at the commercials now. Look at how many men popping these Viagra pills. What's that other one, Cialis? All this stuff out now that the pills really do more damage to you taking them. Speed up your heart rate, cause blindness, will kill you. Might could have a heart attack behind this one. You got most old school men now trying to keep up with these young women, these sugar daddies. Trying to get killed in the process by trying to keep up. Every last one of these pills got a side effect. And the side effect is already killing you. But you use it anyway to sin with. Not all older men. Not all older women are like this. But I'm just keeping it real. Some have died behind these pills. I know men who take a half of Viagra pill and a half of an X pill. Let's take this video a little bit deeper. These demons are not just about sex. They love all other stuff for you to steal and check this out. Suicide. These sexual demons will also interject thoughts about murder, suicide, all this wickedness. If you wonder why the suicide rate is so high, I tell people all the time, a person don't just wake up and say, I'm going to kill myself today. No, that's been in them for a while. That's been a battle with them. That's those demons. I tell people all the time, Satan team, once again, is on one accord. They got it together. We better get it together. I'm getting so sick and tired of these churches, these buildings, ignoring these type of topics. When we must take a stand and teach on what some of these pastors don't want to teach. Some of us act like we so saved and sanctified and ain't never dealt with nothing. We ain't never had an encounter with a demon, sexual demon. Well, I don't fit in that category with them people. I done had those encounters more than once. Like I say, just the other day. Because even back then, before I was into the word like I am now, instead of just going to church, but start being a church and understanding what the church really was, I was in love with sexual sin, and that was my problem. Shacking up. Getting all the sex I wanted, when I wanted, how I wanted. My mind was messed up for a while. I didn't know what I was fighting with, but see, now that I know, I go against it. I'm going to say this again. Those demons, they don't stop trying to attack me because I love the Most High. No, they coming hard. That's why my praise is up. My worship is up. My prayer life is up. My serving is up. I got on the whole armor. I can't fight these demons with no guns, no knives, or my fist, Brother K-Ray. And people wonder why when I talk about Halloween and all these demonic movies and music and things the children love, I be real with the truth. A lot of parents don't even really look at what's being done to their child. They'll just say, well, it don't matter. It's just a movie. It's just a song. It's just Hollywood. You know what they do. It's just a church. Some of y'all will catch that later. So y'all, I'm going to try to wrap this video up. But these demons, Incubus, Succubus, these spirits are having their way. Because a lot of us don't know who they are. We're not recognizing what Satan is really doing. It's real. It's real. So now, I could say a lot more, but I'm going to go ahead and try to just wrap this up. But men, once again, just think about what I'm saying. Succubus. Messing with you. You might even feel like you've been raped in your sleep. Somebody knows. See something? Let me say that again. To the men, you might even feel like you've been raped in your sleep. Because these are spirits. Think about what I'm saying. Now some of y'all laughing at me, that's cool. But some of y'all ain't laughing because y'all fighting with it. And the only way we're going to get through this is by staying prayed up and being obedient, doing what the Father say, renewing the mind. Hey, going against what you love. You got to cut off the TV. You got to get off the internet. You got to get off and around those negative people. So with that being said, y'all, that's my time. These sexual demons are in attack, and they're in attack at the hardest right now. Take care, and may the Most High bless you.